Hi all, welcome to my channel all about Jira. Today we are discussing introduction to IT industry. So this session consists of all the basic information related to IT industry who are new to this industry. Who are having the previous experience, you can skip this session or you can watch if you want to learn new things that you didn't know before. Let me quickly jump into the session. So IT. So basically the abbreviation of IT is information technology. So we can define the IT as a broad field that involves use of technology to manipulate, transmit or store the information and data. So simply we can define this as the technology that involves or we can say it as a technology that manipulates the data. That means it plays with data, transmit data, all the activities that we do on data is nothing but the information technology. So IT is used in almost all the businesses. Let's take for example insurance, banking, production or manufacturing units, and pharma industries, healthcare industries. I haven't listed all the businesses here, but it is used in almost all every businesses today. So let's discuss like what are all the companies that are using the IT and how we are divided the companies. So let me erase this screen and go here. So we can broadly define the IT companies in two ways. One is product based companies. One is service based companies. So what is the difference between product based and service based? So product based companies, these companies will manufacture the softwares and then they sell it to the public. So what these companies do, they will manufacture, or you can say they will develop the softwares and sell them to public. So the next question is how will they get the revenue? So there are some softwares, for example let's take Meta. As part of the Meta we have Facebook, we have WhatsApp, we have Instagram. So these are the three topmost softwares given by Meta. So these are actually free to use even for business purpose or for the personal use. So because these three are free to use, then how come Meta earning the money? So Meta follows two ways. One, they earn through ad revenues and through promotions, and another one is using data. So these three are the way that Meta earns the revenue. But when coming to some other organizations, let's say Microsoft, let's say Amazon, so they have their own products. Let's say Microsoft has Azure, Amazon has AWS. So they sell these softwares as in the form of licenses. We have to directly purchase the licenses. So until and unless you purchase the license, you cannot use that software. You may have the trial version for the first 30 days, but you have to purchase the license, right? So product based companies earn their revenue like this. So product based companies, how will the work culture be? So because they are the end users of the product, like they are the one who is directly developing it, so they don't have any competition like for the client users. So the salaries or the perks that we get in that job, if we get in product based companies, will be a little higher than based with service based companies, because service based companies will have to work with another client, which we will discuss shortly. So basically product based companies, if someone asks you what is a product based company, you can say product based companies generate their or manufacture their own products and sell it to the market. How they make money? In two ways. One is through ad revenues, if that's a free product to the public, and otherwise they will sell the product through the licensing format. Okay, so this is fine. So what are the companies currently in the market which are the product based companies? So as I listed here, so the first one will be Meta, and next will be Microsoft, next will be Amazon, and if you know a company called Adobe, which provides the Photoshops and Adobe user access management as well. So Adobe is one product based company, and we have another company called Netflix. Netflix is also a product based company, and yeah, so these are some of the product based companies. We can also name more. These are the famous. So if you have heard about Twitter, Twitter is a product based company. Tesla is a product based company because they are of their own, and Unilever is a product based company. So these are some of the product based companies that are currently in market. Okay, so then what is a service based company? Okay, let's discuss now about the service based companies. So let's say I am owning the Tesla, for example. So I manufacture electric cars, and also I own the SpaceX. So now I want to develop an software that records the attendance of employees and records the manufacturing, all the data related to my cars. So I don't know how to develop it. So what I will do, I will give contract to the company or the person who already knows the development of it. Let's say I give my contract to IBM, or let's say Accenture. So how they give the contracts? So first of all, if there is a work, so we will float the tender. So when the tender is floated, we have something called technical specifications. We have technical specifications, and also we have financial specifications. So we will float the tender with technical specifications, like what we need as part of the tender or the project, and we will tell we need this one, we need this software, we need to run on Java or .NET, and our user base is this much, and we are quoting for this much. So what happens after this? So all the companies that are doing the work related in that environment or that area will will quote the tender. So we call it as the quoting the tender. So this quoting the tender will be happening in the sealed covers, right? So when all the people completed the quoting the tender in the sealed covers, so let's say 50 companies has bid the tender. So after that, what will happen is we will open all the sealed covers. Then let's say as a preliminary, I have quoted it as a $2 million. So after $2 million has been quoted initially by Tesla, that is my company, let's say IBM has quoted that it will complete it for $1.8 million, for example. And Accenture has quoted, I will complete for $1.7 million. And let's say TCS has quoted, I will complete only for $1.5 million. For example, right? Because TCS has quoted lower price of everyone, officially this contract will go to the TCS. So we just don't give contract to TCS because they have quoted less. They have to follow the technical specifications as we asked, and also the financial specifications that we asked. Everything has to be matched, and then only we will see. So because TCS has quoted $1.5 million, we call it TCS as a L1, and Accenture we call it as L2, IBM we call it as L3. So most of the companies or organizations will have L1, L2, L3. So we will go ahead, and TCS has won the contract at this stage. We will go ahead and issue an agreement called LOA. So LOA will be signed between Tesla and TCS. So the full form of LOA is letter of agreement. So after the LOA is signed between Tesla and TCS will get the work order. So when this is LOA is completed, the next step is the work order. This is how service-based companies work. Service-based companies will look into the market, what are all the tenders floated, and they will bid the tender or quote the tender. If they are L1, they will get the work order. After getting the work order, the next step for them will be, let me open a new paint. The next step for a service-based company will be, so as per the technical specifications, so they will hire human resources or their employees, and after hiring the employees and deploy to this project. So this is how, when we join as a service in a service-based organization, how we will go into the actual project, right? So here there will be so many scenarios in a real world because of the higher competition between the vendors. So TCS has quoted $1.5 million. Let's say Tesla haven't believed it, or they have a suspicion that this price is very low and they may not meet the technical specifications even though they won the contract, or when the project has been moved forward, if anything happens between TCS and Tesla that didn't go as well, then immediately the tender will go to L2 guy. This is an important note. So if L1 loses the contract or fails to sign the LOA, so the contract will immediately go to L2. That means Accenture will win the contract. In our case, let's say TCS has won the contract and we will move forward. I am not saying everywhere it will happen, but consider this scenario. Okay, so now we have joined as an employee. So here, if I join in TCS, so let us take some boxes. I am part of TCS, but I will be deployed to Tesla. Although I am employee of the TCS directly, I am working for Tesla. So let's say the contract between TCS and Tesla has been completed, project is completed. Let's say, for example, then immediately TCS not only have contract with Tesla, right? They have contract with multiple people. They have multiple contracts all over the world. So then I will be automatically deployed to that projects. Sorry. If there is an opening in that project related to the technology that particularly I am working, I will be deployed to that project. If not, if TCS didn't win, if a small organization that's a startup like company, service-based organization has won the contract with Tesla and work, and contract has completed between TCS and Tesla, and I am the employee between their 500 or 600, then they will put me on the bench. In IT, there is a concept called bench. They will put me on the bench. So whenever I am on the bench, so I will be not part of any project or not working, but I will still receive salary. So some companies have bench policy. If you are more than bench in more than 60 days, you will not receive salary. Only for first 60 days you will receive. If any firing happens in the organization or any layoffs will happen, then you are the first person to be removed because you are not part of the any project. So what is a layoff? So this is also a very important term to learn in IT industry, because you will be frequently hearing in the news and all, layoffs are happening here, layoffs are happening there. So what is a layoff? So layoff is nothing but, so let's take our example only. So Tesla contract is very big. It consists of SpaceX, it consists of Tesla and all the sister organizations of the Tesla, right? So let's say TCS has hired, not only TCS, let's take any company that has hired like 200,000 employees. So when the project is completed, TCS have to still give salary to these employees. So they may not accommodate all the existing 200,000 employees in the existing projects, and there may be some people left. So at that time, so TCS or any other organization, as binding to the local labor laws, they will terminate you from the organization or ask you to leave. So while terminating or asking you to leave from the organization, they will give something called severance. So severance means, as it depends on the geographical location and the local laws. So in India, it was 3 months. In US, it was 2 months. That means you will get 2 months salary in advance, and you are asked to leave, and you will get all the exit documents, and you can look for the new opportunity. So layoffs will happen when companies lose business, or when there is a recession happened in the outside market, like it's happening now. Yeah, so this is the basic terms that you have to learn. What is a product based company, what is a service based company? As you have heard everything, so now we can decide which is the best company to join, product based or service based. So if we have given a choice to join product based or service based, if you get offer from these two organizations, close your eyes and join the product based. Because product based, they are developing the product, they are selling in the market, there are less chances that you will be removed from the org or they lose the business. But service based is not like that. So it depends on the most of the external factors. If another person has bid low for the tender, that contract may go to another organization. And there is also one issue with service based organizations. So the contract is there, right? So the contract between your payroll and other company. So let's say this is your company. So I have used a word called payroll. So payroll means this company, you will be employee of this company, and payroll means all your salary and other deductions, and you will be as worker of this company but working for the end client. So this is an end client. So most of the cases that I have seen till now in the IT industry, the contract between company and client will not be long term. So they will say long term, but it will not. So it will be basically for 1 year or 2 years mostly. So if this contract is expired, they will refloat the tender and your company has to again participate in the tender. If your company won, that's fine. If not, you will lose your job. So this is one disadvantages of service-based company. So, but why most of the people join service-based company is your next question. The one answer that people join service-based company mostly is it was very easy to enter into service-based company and it was difficult to enter in product-based company, because product-based company want the resource to have knowledge on data structures, knowledge on programming Python, other languages, and also good knowledge on OOPS and other technologies as well. But service-based companies, we can also join as a fresher and we can learn everything here, and then we can switch to the product-based companies after we get some experience. But you are part of any college like IIT, IIM, or NITs, or you are passing out from a big universities, then product-based companies will come for the campus placement and directly recruit from there also. So these are the basic difference between product and service-based companies. So this is the most important concept because we are part of this industry and we should learn all these terminologies as well. Okay, so in IT industry, how IT industry works, how we want to survive in IT industry is our next question. So when you enter the IT industry, so in IT industry, your skill is your money. So our skill is our money. So nobody helps us, nobody pushes us, nobody spoon feeds us. We have to learn everything. We have to upgrade ourselves. Our skill is our money at the end of the day. So the problem with IT industry is it is very dynamic industry. So the technology that is there today, tomorrow it may not be there. You have to immediately upgrade. You have to immediately learn. You have to learn fast. Then you will survive here. I'm not scaring you, but ultimately if you are willing to learn, then IT industry is a very good industry for you. And if you want to do a repetitive job, like once I join, I don't learn anything. I want to stay with my technology. Then there are less chances that you are being in long term with this industry. So remember this thing, IT industry is very dynamic and volatile. I won't say volatile, it's not the right word. So it's a very dynamic and fast paced environment. So the future that is there today, tomorrow it will change. The UI that is there today, tomorrow it will change. The technology that is there today, tomorrow it will not be there. It will upgrade. The version will change. Every day as per the requirements, it will be changed very fast. So you have to be ready to enter this industry and keep your brains to be ready to learn the new things. It's not a rocket science. You can learn in a day or two, but you have to learn every day. Okay. So this is about a little introduction about the IT industry. So moving on after this concept, so we have something called programming languages. So what is a programming language? So before discussing what is a programming language, we have to discuss what is a program itself first. So now the concept is what is a program. So we can define a program as a set of instructions that are given to computer to perform a particular task. So a program is nothing but a set of instructions that are given to a computer to perform a particular task. So computer doesn't know anything. We have to write the program and the computer will execute it. That's it. We will give the instructions and computer will perform the particular task. Computer itself cannot perform the task. Okay, then if this is a program, then what is a programming language? A programming language is nothing but, give me 1 second. So a programming language we can define like this. It is notation for writing computer programs, or we can also define like this. It is set of instructions, not instructions, set of rules that are predefined, that how a programmer have to write the instructions to the computer. So we can define the programming language is the following definition. It is a notation for writing computer programs, or it is a set of rules that are predefined, that how a programmer have to write the instructions. Here giving the set of instructions, right? Programming languages consist of the set of rules that how a programmer or a developer should write this set of instructions that a computer have to perform the particular task. This is a programming language. So in market, what are the programming languages that we have currently? So I will give a list. So basically we have to learn programming language and its use case. So I will stop today's session with this programming language and use case. So I'll clear this screen. Consider this everything. Yeah. So first of all, we have mother of all languages, which is C language. I'm not taking Fortran, binary code, and the IBM's systems, but I'm taking the high level languages starting with the C language. So Fortran and all I'll not take. So first is the C language, which is the popular language. Next one is C++. And next popular language is the JavaScript. And next we have the C#, or can write Java, and then we have C#, and then we have Python. After Python we have something called PHP. After PHP we have Ruby. These are the languages that we need to know before entering into the IT industry. These are the most important languages. Okay, so let's know the purpose of each language and the use case of each language. So C, where we use the C language, where we use the C++, where we use the JavaScript, where we use Java. Let us know each of them. C++, Python, PHP, Ruby. Yeah. C language. So C language is used mostly for hardware interaction. So hardware interaction means you know that there are drivers between our computer and printer, scanner, and other hardware applications are there, right? That our computer is connected even with keyboard and mouse. All the drivers are written in C language. Next, C++. C++ is used mostly in the gaming section. There are also other use cases, but C++ is used mostly in the gaming section. For example, we have a game called PUBG, which we used to call, now it is name changed, but PUBG is one game, and we also have Free Fire. So these are all uses C++ as a programming language. And JavaScript. So JavaScript is like an all-rounder. So JavaScript is used in server side. It is also used in front end, UI side for validations, and also it is used in the server side uh, scripting also. We will know more when we move forward with our Jira, how JavaScript performs the front end validations, server side validations, we will know. And next one is Java. So Java is the most popular programming language. So Java follows the OOPS concepts, and also Java is a platform independent language, which means it doesn't depend upon the operating system. It will run on any operating system, you call it Windows, Linux, Mac OS, it will run. And most of the old tools that we see today are developed in Java. So for example, let's say all the Atlassian tools that we are discussing now are developed in Java. ServiceNow is developed in Java. MuleSoft is developed in Java. Take any tool, popular tool which is existing from a long time, it will be based out of Java, because at that time Java is the most famous, and also it was platform independent and also runs on the Linux environment, so they have used Java as the platform. Next one is C#. So C# is a programming language given by Microsoft, and using the C# we can write the programs in different platforms, or we can say different frameworks. So we call the framework as .NET, and we also have another famous one called .NET. In the .NET we have different other frameworks. So we have ASP.NET, we have ASP.NET MVC, or simply people call it .NET MVC. We also have .NET Core. So this MVC concept is called Model View and Controller. It was taken from originally from Java concepts only. So .NET Core is the current trend in the market, because the difference between C# and Java is applications are very easy to develop in C# or .NET frameworks. Microsoft has taken care of all that. The IDE that they gave is a Visual Studio that is very friendly for the developers to develop their application. So .NET Core, these days .NET Core is also supporting multiple environments, so the application that is developed in .NET Core can also run in the Linux. So in future all the people will switch from Java to .NET Core for the application development, because of the complexity that Java provides. Everything has its own advantages and disadvantages. We will discuss later. Python is mostly used for streaming data, like we have Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Swiggy, Uber, Ola apps, right? All the data that is related to streaming or live streaming data. For example, we ordered an order from a restaurant. This is the restaurant. And this is my home, for example. So a delivery boy has to come from here to here, right, from restaurant to my home. So when the delivery boy picks up the order, it will automatically update in the app. So he will come in his bike from restaurant to home. So let's say the delivery boy location is, after some time, he is here, 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 he is here. Finally, he's at my home. So the data that when he's moving from restaurant to my home on his bike, it has to be continuously updated on my mobile or my tablet. So it has to update here, right? So this update of this data is called streaming data. Python handles the streaming data very good, and also Netflix that we watch the videos, everything is handled in Python in the backend. And also we have other use cases in the data science, in the machine learning, in the AI, which is also called artificial intelligence. We use the Python as a programming language. PHP. So PHP is also a language which support OOPS. Sorry to mention, C# also support OOPS. C++ supports OOPS, but C doesn't support OOPS. So PHP also support OOP, and most of the government sites are developed in PHP. And PHP also runs in only in Windows environment. It doesn't support Linux environment. So if you open Indian Army website or Indian UPSC or any government website related to Indian government, you will see all the websites are developed in PHP, and some companies also still uses PHP for their applications. And Ruby. So Ruby is the competitor for Excel, we can say. It is a competitor for Microsoft Excel. So it is very good for using the reports and dashboard generation. So these are the basic programming languages that are there in our IT industry as of now. So there are many more, but these are the most famous and most important programming languages that we need to know when we enter the IT industry, and their use cases. If you like this session, please subscribe to this channel, share this video with your friends, and like this video, and add your valuable comments if there is any feedback. So from next session, we will go to the web applications, how an web application works, what are the parts of the web application, and then we move to the data center and cloud concepts, and then we will start the Jira installation, and we'll move forward with Jira administration and development. Thank you once again. See you in the next video. Thank you.